Well, here's another announcement out of nowhere. King's Dominion is currently planning to close another roller coaster. And so we're going to be talking about what could possibly replace the coaster. Now, I don't think that this is going to be something that will happen next year, 2026. I believe this is going to be somewhere in 2027. So we'll be talking about a replacement or something. But before we get to it, there's nothing much to say. There's no speculation what coaster could replace it. There's no like teaser or any build up. So we are going to talk about King's Dominion's removal of their coaster. So before we get started, I forgot to mention again, the last footage was from Cow Missing. This one is from Matt Killon that I'm using in this footage on this video today. So don't feel bad. So Anaconda is actually the coaster that King's Dominion will be closing. It will be removed by this fall, I think. Let me know in the comments. But they're tearing this ride down. This is an old aero looping coaster. Was opened in 1971, 1991. So this is an old aero coaster. So technically, what's happening is that parks now, Six Flags, Cedar Fair parks are removing coasters that are not popular anymore or they're hard to maintain, meaning there's a high maintenance cost on it. It keeps breaking down, and so like Superman's Escape from Krypton, that is like a maintenance nightmare. But this coaster is actually the one that should go because people don't like this ride. It's rough, it's bumpy, it's painful. So Anaconda is actually one of the coasters to go that many coaster enthusiasts would love to see go. Although the GP would be sad that this is going to be going, because the GP has no idea that this coaster is probably rough, or they're just going to think it's just an okay ride. But talking about the replacement on where Anaconda sits seems to be a good prime real estate for like a possible new roller coaster replacement. Now I wouldn't think that it's going to be like a family coaster or anything like from Gersla or Intamin, because this coaster actually goes upside down, so it could technically be something, another ride that will go upside down, and another extreme roller coaster, so something maybe more intense than a family coaster. Though I think King's Dominion has enough family coasters, but I feel like they can go with something bigger because this coaster that it currently sits on, Anaconda, does go upside down. So I was feel like that maybe a ride that technically goes upside down could possibly fit here. So we're gonna be kind of talking about the space it currently sits and stuff. Alright, so this is where Anaconda currently sits. This is a really decent sized land that they can really work well with. So imagine a coaster that goes over the water and can really do some crazy transitions and turns and maybe some crazy inversions over the lake. So this is a pretty good land for replacement of Anaconda. So there are many coaster types that we could possibly kind of think of here, because Anaconda is an old aero looper, and so something probably is going to be better to replace Anaconda. This is just a very painful ride according to what I heard from people. But I haven't ridden this coaster. I don't think I'm ever going to ride this. But sometimes I go to like theme parks, so like I ride some coasters and kind of tell you how it is. Or sometimes I try to get to him before it gets removed, but I never know when because they never announce it right away. But so this is Anaconda. It goes over the water. It does multiple inversions, but we're gonna think of a possible coaster that could take its spot. And I don't think it's gonna be a really big roller coaster because technically this is like a medium-sized coaster, so it's not as big as like other coasters. And this land is only like just maybe like fairly large, but I'd say maybe like medium-sized, average-sized land to work with. So I can't imagine just seeing a coaster go like over the water. Now the coaster that I'm gonna be doubting that they will put here is a B&M dive coaster, because they've got like Griffin at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, just maybe like an hour away. So I don't see them go with a dive coaster just because they have another dive coaster. just maybe a few hours away at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. But there are other coaster types that I could probably think of, and we'll be talking about him also. What could possibly replace the Anaconda Aero Looper? So one of the coaster types that could possibly replace the Anaconda is a custom-built RMC Raptor. And so this probably wouldn't be a clone of Stunt Pilot um, or Railblazer, California's Great America, and Silverwood. So I think this is going to be something like a dueling one. So think about um, what's that coaster? Yoi at Walibi Holland or something. Uh, that one is going to be a dueling RMC Raptor. So it probably might be racing. The problem with this coaster is though, um, are they ever going to build another Raptor? Because the last RMC Raptor that we see them built in the United States is actually was Wonder Woman Flight of Courage, and so I don't know if they're going to build another Raptor. I mean, actually, there's one coming in 2025 this year with I think it's called the Fire Coaster, uh, going to Lost Island in Iowa. So we can potentially see a Raptor, but I really don't think this is going to be it. Although this is going to be something different that the park doesn't have at King's Dominion. But this coaster is a Raptor. That's what I was trying to say. This single rail technology is something different that King's Dominion does not have. But I don't think this could be a coaster that could replace the Anaconda. I mean, this would be cool though. I just don't really see it happen because you know I don't see them build RMC all the time. But we'll wait and see what coaster they'll end up with. You can also see them build an intimate straddle coaster like Arctic Rescue or Wavebreaker. So probably something like this. But again, Anaconda does go upside down, so I have a feeling that maybe they want to replace a ride that goes upside down with that land. And so this coaster is actually going to be family friendly, although I feel like King's Dominion has like enough family coasters. I mean, I really don't know because I haven't been there, but like um, if they want to go with another family coaster, I mean, imagine like an intimate, like you're on a jet ski and you're over the water. That would be really cool sensation there. Like experience like you're on a real jet ski and like you're saving people's lives or animals and stuff. That'd be pretty cool. Although King's Dominion is not really a SeaWorld park, so it doesn't really fit in with the theme. But this would be a family-friendly coaster, though. But it would be pretty cool, though. It just stays low to the ground. It does some crazy ejector. It goes a lot of bankings and stuff. It has multiple launches. But this coaster, I feel like, is probably not going to make it at King's Dominion for Anaconda's replacement, although they probably really needed a family coaster if they wanted, but probably not right away. But this is just a little cute family coaster, and I think they do have a backlot stunt coaster already, so this would probably be a little too similar to it. But this is your own jet ski. But again, I really don't think that this is going to be the replacement for the Anaconda. But this would be cool. But we might end up seeing it somewhere else at the park. So I was thinking on top of my head that maybe a B&M surf coaster could be built where Anaconda once stood. The problem is, like what I said before, King's Dominion is not a SeaWorld park, so this has nothing to do with like anything about surfing or something that has to do with the sea. But it wouldn't really make sense with the theme if like it was themed to maybe like a dragon or like something themed to maybe like or Shockwave or something. I don't think it would really fit in with the coaster and the type, but this would be something that Virginia does not have. I mean, they used to have a stand-up coaster at King's Dominion, I think, with Shockwave that was removed in 2015. So I don't even think they want to make Shockwave to do a comeback, but they want to return a stand-up coaster, and this is the only route they could do. The problem is this is not a SeaWorld park, so I kind of doubt that this is going to happen. They're probably going to leave the surf coasters to maybe a SeaWorld park, because normally surfing is has something to do with the sea. Though this would be cool for King's Dominion. I mean, they already got like two B&Ms already. They got Dominator, and now they're getting this year Rapteria, which is a launched B&M wing coaster. So this would also be a little bit similar though to Rapteria, though this is not a wing coaster you're standing up, but it's still built with the same company. It's also built by B&M, this surf coaster. And I forgot to mention this footage is used by Coaster Force, so I'm using his footage today for this video. Sometimes I forget to mention and give credits to you guys because I'm always busy thinking about the coaster. So don't feel bad if I don't give you guys credits, because sometimes I just forget. But I'll mention it right now. But a surf coaster, I highly doubt that this is going to replace the Anaconda, although this would be also pretty cool. So in my opinion, the best fit for King's Dominion to replace Anaconda is a Vekoma tilt coaster. Though the problem is it goes over the water, but they can make it stay low to the ground. They can make it custom. They don't have to make it exactly like the circuit breaker at Codaland or a clone of Siren's Curse. This is gonna be something completely different. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find any images or footage. So, I mean, this is an image. I wasn't able to get any footage because technically I didn't want to get like in trouble or anything on YouTube. So, this is all I got here. But with the lift hill and the tilt track, Virginia doesn't have anything like it in the state of Virginia. Not even at Busch Gardens or Williamsburg, and not even at King's Dominion. But for 2027, I predict that this is going to happen. That King's Dominion will install or build a Vekoma tilt coaster. It's going to be custom, of course, and it's going to be taking up the Anaconda land. So they can make it like the lift hill, like where it used to be with Anaconda, and then where the turnaround is going to the loop, that could be where the turnaround leading to the tilt track. So this is similar to a B&M dive coaster, though they have very similar variation of the experience. Though you do feel like you're gonna get hold on to the track for within like 3 seconds or so, and they will hold you there and go straight down. It has a different transition. I don't know how you say that word, but this is gonna be similar to the dive coaster. Although it's still way different than a dive coaster. Um, so even though there's Griffin like 1 hour away from, from King's Dominion, I really think that they could still put in a tilt coaster at King's Dominion and not Busch Gardens Williamsburg. But in my opinion, this is going to be the best fit for King's Dominion, as there's nothing like it. So this is probably what's going to replace the Anaconda, and this is going to be built by Vekoma, the same type as Siren's Curse and Circuit Breaker at Codaland. They need to build more of these in the United States because this is a really unique coasters, nothing we haven't seen before, and this is a tilt coaster going to the U.S. So technically, this is probably going to be the third tilt coaster to go to the United States. Perhaps maybe if King's Dominion choose to build another tilt coaster, because that's a Cedar Fair park. So I mean, they're also merged with Six Flags. So whatever they want to do, I think tilt coasters are probably going to be the best for King's Dominion. Although it's not family friendly. Remember, Anaconda does go upside down, so they do need another coaster that does go upside down. Though people wanted a family coaster like a Intamin Straddle will really go over the water. That'd be cool and stuff, but I just don't really see that happen. But I feel like, in my opinion, they probably would go for a Vekoma tilt coaster to take its spot. I think the layout, it fits perfectly with the plot of land that they're gonna use up from Anaconda. So, and this is probably gonna be a lot better. They could possibly call the tilt coaster maybe Anaconda 2.0 or Anaconda's Revenge. I think any name is possible. I think they're probably, because nowadays they're gonna do, sometimes they're gonna try to bring back a ride and they're gonna just call it like the same name as they used to call it, but they're gonna add like a twist to it. So maybe like Anaconda's Revenge or Anaconda's Strike, Anaconda's Coaster, Anaconda, Escape, Anaconda, anything. Maybe they're gonna use something with Anaconda because that ride is gone. So maybe they want to have remembrance from the GP and coaster enthusiasts. So, but I think for some reason I feel like a tilt coaster is best to go to King's Dominion. So, because Cedar Fair is also working with Vekoma now. Look, what's going with Cedar Point. They're getting the same thing as this one, tilt coaster, and so I feel like they could be possibly into it. So Six Flags is starting to work with Vekoma, so why wouldn't I really see them build something? So, and there's nothing like it in Virginia, so why not? I feel like this is best for King's Dominion. Imagine you're going up the track, the lift hill, and you're gonna be tilting 90 degrees, and that is something a little bit different. Nothing like it at the park. So this will also scare the pants out of the general public. It's gonna be a good fit for the park, as there's really nothing like it there. So for King's Dominion, I think this is going to be the replacement for Anaconda. Now, before we end things off, this is not confirmed. This is just a speculation and my prediction. We don't exactly know what's going to replace the Anaconda. I don't even think that they're going to build a coaster this year, or, well, am I stupid? They're getting Raptoria this year. I don't think it's going to be next year because they're getting a coaster this year to replace Volcano. So it's probably going to be sometime in 2027. So this is probably what's going to replace Anaconda. Anyway, do you think a tilt coaster is going to replace Anaconda? Or what coaster type do you think is better to fit with Anaconda? Like, what do you think would be best fit for a replacement for Anaconda? Do you even want Anaconda to be removed? Do you wish it stayed? So, post your comments below, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.